Hey guys, Kaishiniko here, and I'm going to do a deck profile of my Constellar deck. It's a little bit different than the one that I had did in the video of me dueling, but this time it's actually real. So I'm going to show you first my binder. If I pick up my camera. So I bought 3 boxes of Hidden Arsenal 7 when they first came out. And I haven't been able to record anything because my mom took my charger for my phone to New York and finally just mailed it back to me. So here we go. So these, of course, are not part of it. But anything in this binder is for trade or sale. There we go, if I can speak. And yeah, so just leave a comment on anything you see that you would want. And if you got a trade for it, trade offer, or how much you want to know how much the price is, just let me know. So here's all, some tin goldfish, some Evilswarm stuff. Show over here too. Evilswarms. I did build the Evilswarm deck, but I took it apart because I find Evilswarms a little bit too autopilot. Because it's going to Ophion and then just sit there. So these, I have blank pages because I've already sold and traded a bunch of stuff, some Gem Knight stuff. So yeah, there's more Gem Knight stuff. 10 Archdukes, not the Dandelion, of course. Gear Springs, Gustos, Gishkis. There's more Gishkis. And then out of 3 boxes, I only got 1 Sophia. I was happy about that, because I think it's the stupidest card ever. Even though it would be crazy to get out, it seems impossible to me, at least. Even though I bet I can find a way to do it. But I was glad I just got one, because it's a waste of a secret rare, and the rest of the pages are blank. So that being said, I have another thing I'd like to show everybody. It is, let me set up my camera again. It is my Evilswarm deck. If I get everything in order. Okay, so we'll go this way. So I'm selling this Evilswarm deck. I already priced everything out on eBay. I will be putting it up on eBay. The link will be down in the description below. And it's going to be $90 with $2 shipping. It comes shipped in a bubble wrap envelope with tracking info and the rest of the sleeves that go with this, and the brand new sleeves. So it's 2 Rescue Rabbits, 2 Thunderbirds, 3 Mandragora, 2 Harzleg. The reason I run Harzleg is because I don't have any Karakions, and I find it to be a good card. It's not the best amazing card, but your opponent goes, you set it, your opponent goes to attack into it, you send their monster back. If the monster didn't attack, it didn't kill Harzleg, you now have a level 4 on the field to go into something. 3 Heliotropes and 3 Casters. And that also comes with 3 Infestation Pandemic, 1 Infestation Infection, 1 Bahamut, 2 Ophions, and 1 Ouroboros. So that will be up on eBay. The Bahamut, I don't know if you can see it, kind of has the top bit of the text is cut off. I think that was actually pretty cool. So like the top of the B and the top of the E are cut off a little bit. That's how it came. But yeah, so that's gonna be up there, $92 in total. So let's go on with the Constellar deck. So my Constellar deck, it runs a little bit of chaos in there, some darks. So it's a nice little light and dark, amalgamation, I guess. So I run, 1 BLS, 1 Chaos Sorcerer, 3 Algieri, because, this is an amazing card. You normal summon it, special summon a level 4 Constellar monster from your hand. 3 Kaus, which is also the good card. Up to twice per turn, you can increase the level of a Constellar monster. By 1, you can target 1 Constellar monster you control, increase its level by 1, or reduce its level by 1. 3 Pollux. Normal summon, then it gets the effect of during the turn you can normal summon another one. It can't be Veilered, so that's why it's awesome. 2 Constellar Rozalog. 2 weeks ago at my locals, I played a mirror match against a Constellar deck that I won against. And in that tournament, I went X-1 and got first place with this deck. The only thing is I didn't have these in there at the time. I had Leonis instead. I took out the Leonis for this because my opponent was playing these, and it's actually a really good card. Because let's say you have a Pollux in your hand and a Rozalog, but you have like a Kaus in the grave. You just go, alright, normal summon Pollux, normal summon Rozalog, Rozalog's effect, special summon Kaus in defense, Kaus effect, make him and Pollux level 5, and then you get to go into play. So, oops, I got a text message. So that's why I changed it, because it works really well. Next is 2 Constellar Seats. I will be changing these for Sombre when I get them, because Sombre is a better card to draw than Seat. If you top deck Seat, you basically just have a trump blocker. Because if you have nothing else in your hand, you're basically screwed. If you have monsters in the grave and you top deck a Sombre, you can normal summon Sombre, use the effect, and then get like, say there was a Kaus in the grave, you banish another Constellar to get a Kaus to your hand, normal summon Kaus to go into Pallades, or go into Omega, or all that good stuff. So yeah, so that's why I'm going to be changing out Seats for Sombre. But it works for now. Next is 2 Veilers. Oops. 1 Honest. 1 Night Assailant. 2 Tour Guides. A Tour Bus. And a Trigodia. Trigodia is amazing because, you can target level 4s and stuff and take them. And then just, like, I've done it where I've targeted, I've taken control of my opponent's level 4 by discarding a level 4 guy, for, level 4 Constellar from my hand. And, like, I think I discarded, discarded Algietti. Discarded Algietti, took my opponent's level 4, and then used Monster Reborn to get my Algietti back, and went into a Shockmaster and said Monster Effects, because I was going against a Heretic deck. It was pretty funny. Next is the spells. That's it for the monsters. I run 2 Star Cradle, 1 Dark Hole, 2 Tenki to get out the Kaus, or to get the Kaus to my hand, really. 1 Heavy Storm. Also, about Tenki, if Tenki's out and you summon Omega is a Beast Warrior, so it becomes a 2500 attacker. So that's a good card. 1 Monster Reborn, 2 MST, 1 Pot of Avarice, and 1 Reinforcing the Army. My opponent, that Constellar player that I played against, he had played Reinforcing the Army, and I didn't. And it was a good idea. I liked it. It worked out really well for him. So even though I was still able to win, because of like BLS and stuff, and he didn't play that kind of build. So I was glad that I now put it in there, and it now works. Next is the traps: 2 Bottomless, 2 Deep Prison, 1 Mirror Force, 1 Solemn Judgment, and 1 Solemn Warning. Standard little group of traps. It works out well. So this deck has gone X and 1 2 weeks ago, and last week we didn't have a sneak peek because the owner forgot about it. So we had a regular tournament, and I went undefeated at that tournament, and so it was pretty good. For the extra deck, I run 2 Pallades, 1 Persepi, and 1 M7. I will be running a Omega when I get a hold of one. 1 Emerald, a Cowboy, Shockmaster, Giga Brilliant, amazing card, Utopia, Black Ship of Corn, Volcasaurus, which is hilarious. I used Volcasaurus against the Heretic player, and I used it on his Red Eyes Darkness Metal to burn for 28, and then I attacked into his other monster. And he actually knew what I was going to do it before I did it. Starleech Polydynamo, 10 Tempo, also a really good card. Also used against the Heretic player. I used it against an Inferdi player too to detach a material from his Lavalval chain and then run it over. 10 Tempo is really good because if you got Tour Guide, you go into another Fiend, go into 10 Tempo if your opponent has an XYZ, and then just mess with them. Because my opponent had Heliopolis out, and had both materials because I had nothing for him to destroy, so he just attacked into me. And on my turn, I went Tour Guide, went into 10 Tempo, detached a material from his Heliopolis, and ran over something else that he had. And then on his draw phase, I used 10 Tempo again, because you can use it during either player's turn. And I detached the other material from his Heliopolis to make 10 Tempo bigger, but to make sure that he can't use Heliopolis' effect. And one Tiras, but that'll be leaving when I get Omega. And one Wind-Up Zenmanes. So that's it for the extra deck. I will show you my side deck that I run, which is a lot of Dark Hate, but also, it works for other decks too. So against the Infernity player, I won after a good, long 3 games. I won because of Consecrated Light. He basically had nothing in his hand. He had a Archfiend in his hand and a Monster Reborn, and I destroyed his back row. Oh, no, there was a bunch. That's right. There was a bunch of back rows. There was like Light Imprisoning Mirror and some other stuff. And I went and I normal summoned Consecrated Light, and I had a Kaus on the field, but he had no monsters. So when he goes Heavy Storm, which was hilarious because he got rid of his Light Imprisoning Mirror, but got rid of like a Bottomless and a Deep Prison of Mind. And then he goes to summon his Archfiend, and he can't because Consecrated Light is there. And Shadow Imprisoning Mirror doesn't even stop Consecrated Light. So he still never would have been able to do anything. But he just couldn't do anything. That's all he had left in his hand was a Monster Reborn. I had no monsters in my grave, and Archfiend, so he couldn't even do what he wanted to do. So I was able to win that one because of Consecrated Light. Next is 2 DD Crow, 1 Max C, 2 Thunder King because it's a light. It's a 1900 beater. It's good against prophecies, good against a lot of special summon stuff. Next is Super Forbidden Lance. They will be changed out to Forbidden Dress. I just need to get one more because a friend of mine is giving me his, and I just have to buy one more. So if anyone wants to trade for Forbidden Lance, Forbidden Dress, that's what I need. Forbidden Dress is better than Lance because even though Lance stops spell and trap cards from affecting the monster you target, and it loses 800 attack, Forbidden Dress makes your opponent's makes the monster. I don't know why I say opponents. Makes the monster lose 600 attack, but it makes it it can't be targeted or destroyed by other card effects. So that means that anything that would target, like even monster effects and stuff, Dress stops the monster effects from happening. So that's why, or not happening, but destroying the monster. So that's why Dress is a good card. 2 Prohibition. I love this card. If you know the decks and you know what people play, and like me, I research all the decks that are being played. I know what key cards to hit with Prohibition to stop them from, messing, to stop them from gaining advantage, so that I can get off what I need to get off before they can. So for like the Heretic player I went against, I actually wound up having both in my starting hand, even though after we had both shuffled my deck, I had one and then I top decked the other one when I went on my turn. So I played them both, and I called Esset and Tefnuit, and he couldn't do anything. His hand had Esset and Tefnuit in it, and he couldn't bring anything out. The reason why I called those and nothing else was because with Esset, you would need to you can normal summon Esset and it becomes 1,000 attack, but then you contribute Esset to bring out your other guys, and Tefnuit is the one that's like Cyber Dragon, where your opponent controls a monster, you control none, you can special summon it. So getting rid of those cuts his advantage really low because he now has a hand full of just level 5s and 6s. So yeah, that's why it's a good card. 2 Shadow Imprisoning Mirror, Evilswarms and Dark Worlds and all that other good stuff. And 2 Soul Drain, basically for everything. Anything that works in the grave or banished, like Incarnate Dragons that are coming out. It'll stop their banished effects, it'll stop their discard effect, or, discard this to the grave and then do something. It'll stop those effects. I believe it stops those effects. And yeah, so it's a good card to have, and nothing of mine messes, needs the grave to go off or needs to be banished to go off. So yeah. Anyways, that's my deck, and you saw all my cards. Thanks for watching. If you've been sticking around for the last 15 minutes and 29 seconds, so leave a comment down below if you saw something you want. Go back and check it again, and just leave a comment, and I'll have the eBay link below. Give me, ask for prices and stuff on cards. Thanks for watching. Thumbs up, like it, favorite, subscribe, and all that other good stuff. See ya.